The alarm cuts through the silence at 6:15. The room is cold, the floor is colder. I sit for a minute, listening to the city, still deciding whether to wake. A notebook waits beside the bed with yesterday's unfinished thoughts. Nothing glamorous about it, nothing anyone would post. Just another morning, starting from scratch. And maybe that's enough to begin again. I don't need everything to happen now. I don't need every answer figured out. I've got time, I've got today, and that's a pretty good place to start. I don't need the finish line inside. I just need a reason to step outside and trust that all these quiet hours are adding up somehow. The bus arrives, the doors fold open. Someone's reading, someone's sleeping, someone's staring out the window like they're searching for a sentence to explain their life. The streets fill up, the day gains speed. Everybody carrying something invisible but important. Maybe we're all building things nobody else can see. I don't need everything to happen now. I don't need every answer figured out. I've got time, I've got today, and that's a pretty good place to start. I don't need the finish line inside. I just need a reason to step outside and trust that all these quiet hours are adding up somehow. There are songs that haven't found me, books I haven't opened yet, conversations waiting somewhere in cafes I've never entered. There are people I haven't met who might change my life completely. And they're waking up somewhere too, without knowing my name. The thought of that makes the world feel larger in the best possible way. Maybe the best chapters never announce their arrival. Maybe they begin on a random Tuesday at a bus stop, or a crosswalk, or a desk near a window, when nothing appears different except you. Maybe that's how it happens. Maybe that's how it always happens. I don't need everything to happen now. I don't need every answer figured out. I've got time, I've got today, and that's a pretty good place to start. I don't need the finish line inside. I just need a reason to keep showing up and trust that all these ordinary moments are becoming something worth remembering. 6:15, the city finally wakes, and somehow, so do I, so do I. Half the city's gone to sleep. The traffic sounds are fading out. The glowing windows down the street look like stars spread all around. My screen is casting silver light across the corner of the room. And for the first time all day long, I finally have space to think. The night asks less of me. to say. A melody begins to form, a sentence finds where it belongs. The kind of moments that arrive only when the day is gone. Some dreams prefer the moonlight, some ideas wait for dark. Midnight makes everything quieter, and maybe that's why some of the best parts of me only come alive at night. At night. Nobody claps for chapter 1. Nobody cheers for practice runs. Nobody sees the 100 drafts, the 1,000 times you start again. The photographs come later, the stories come much later, but right now it's just another morning and another chance to begin. Before it happens, before the moment arrives, before the door swings open, before the stars align, there's this, the ordinary days, the unnoticed work, the invisible climb. The future doesn't suddenly appear like lightning in the sky. Maybe it grows the way a tree grows, too slowly for the eye. Root by root, ring by ring, without asking for attention. Before it happens, before the world can see, the life you've been imagining is already becoming real. Quietly. The elevator mirrors catch me half awake, hair a little messy, running slightly late. I laugh at my reflection, and for the first time all week, everything feels lighter than it used to be. Nothing changed overnight, but I think I'm doing better than I give myself credit for. I've survived 1,000 days I was worried about before. Maybe I should celebrate a little more. Maybe I'm doing better than I think I am. The things that once felt impossible now live inside routine. Funny how the mountains shrink when you keep walking. I've come farther than yesterday's version of me could imagine. traffic shut behind me. The morning air is cool. The city hasn't opened yet. The streets still half asleep. A backpack full of maybes, a pocket full of plans. Nothing in my hand says much, but somehow I understand. You don't always need a reason. Sometimes you just begin. So I start where I am with whatever I have. No perfect map, no perfect timing. Just another chance to become somebody only I can be. One step into the morning, and the morning follows me. Journey in the world started this exact way. Not with certainty, with movement. So I start where I am with whatever I have, and somehow every small beginning turns into a path. I keep looking at the horizon, like the answer lives somewhere there. Past the hills, past the years, past a version of myself. But lately I've been wondering if I've had it backwards all along. Maybe the distance isn't waiting, maybe it's already gone. I'm already becoming everything I hope to be. Not all at once, not perfectly, but piece by piece I'm already becoming. Even on the days I doubt the future isn't somewhere else, it's happening right now. The books I've read, the roads I've walked, the mornings I got out of bed, the conversations, the mistakes, the things I almost never said. Maybe growth is hard to notice from the inside. I'm already becoming more than yesterday, and maybe that's enough for today. I'm already becoming the person I believe in, one ordinary moment at a time. The calendar says April now. The winter doesn't wanna leave. The trees are taking their sweet time to show us what they're gonna be. I used to think that growing up would happen all at once somehow, but standing here I realize it's happening already now. Not in giant leaps, not in flashing lights, just little by little books getting heavier, the pages filled with tiny proof that every ordinary effort has been quietly moving through. The days I thought were going nowhere were building roads I couldn't see. The river doesn't hurry, still it reaches the sea. Little by little, day after day, the person I've been hoping for is finding their own way. Little by little, and suddenly I see I've been becoming them while they were becoming me. Little by little, the bus arrives right on time. The driver waves me through. The bakery on the corner is making something new. The morning feels familiar, but not exactly the same. Every day is wearing a slightly different face. I don't need a reason to believe today could be good. Maybe something nice will happen, maybe something small, a conversation, a surprise, or nothing much at all. Maybe that's the beauty of a day I haven't seen. Anything can happen between now and evening. The clouds are moving slowly across an open sky. The hours aren't demanding an answer from my life. For now it's enough to simply be awake and see what waits around the bend. Not every day becomes a memory, but every day becomes alive. Maybe something nice will happen, maybe something small, and maybe I'll remember this day after all. I used to think opportunity would sound like thunder, or arrive with flashing lights, or knock upon my door. But now I think it's quieter than I imagined before. Maybe it looks like Tuesdays, maybe it looks like practice, maybe like showing up when nobody asks you to. Maybe it arrives disguised as ordinary days. So I'll be here when my moment comes, not because I waited, because I prepared. I'll be here learning names of roads nobody talks about yet. The seeds don't know the weather, the sailors don't know the sea, but both still make their preparations for things they cannot see. Hope is a habit, not a feeling. So I'll be here when my moment comes, ready in 100 ways nobody noticed, ready because of all the days that looked exactly like today. And maybe that's the secret anyway. Somewhere in the future, a version of me is laughing at things that make me nervous now, like they were never frightening. Somewhere in the future, a version of me has learned that all the waiting and the wondering were never really wasted. I wish they could tell me everything turns out alright. Until then, I'll keep going, not because I know, but because I hope. Until then, I'll keep showing up for the life I'm trying to grow. Ooh. The answers don't arrive today, and maybe that's okay. The story keeps unfolding, page by page. The future never asks for perfection, only participation. Ooh. Until then, I'll keep going, one sunrise, one chapter, one ordinary day at a time. Until then, until then. Until then. I used to think that magic had to look like something big, a headline in the paper or a lucky break. Now I think it's smaller, a little harder to explain, like sitting down again after a difficult day. Maybe that's where miracles hide, in ordinary magic, the nobody sees. The pages slowly filling the roofs beneath the trees. The habits we keep choosing, the promises we keep. Ordinary magic working quietly. The painter and the baker, the teacher and the band, everybody's building something with their own two hands. Most beautiful things take their time. Ordinary magic working in the dark, turning tiny moments into who we are. The morning comes in quietly through the corners of the room. The city stretches out its arms beneath a sky of silver blue. Nothing waiting in my inbox, nothing written in the stars. Just another ordinary day, beginning where we are. But something in the air feels different, something I can't explain. I think good things are coming. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I can feel them moving somewhere beyond me now. Like sunlight finding windows, like spring beneath the ground. I think good things are coming, even if they haven't found me yet. A page that's still unwritten, a road I've never seen, a version of myself I've only met in dreams. Maybe they're all waiting just around a bend. Maybe every little step is bringing them closer in. The future doesn't have to shout for me to hear its voice. I think good things are coming. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I can feel them moving somewhere beyond me now. Like sunlight finding windows, like spring beneath the ground. I think good things are coming, even if they haven't found me yet. Not every seed becomes a flower the moment that it's sown. Some things spend their time unseen before they're fully grown. Maybe hope is simply learning to trust what you can't see. And maybe all this quiet work is becoming something beautiful. I think good things are coming closer than they seem, hidden in these ordinary days, and all these little dreams like sunrise on the horizon, slowly coming into view. I think good things are coming. Maybe they're already here. I think good things are coming. outside my window looks exactly like before, but somewhere underneath the bark 1,000 changes are occurring. No one celebrates the roots, no one watches branches grow, until one spring they wake up and suddenly everybody knows the best things happen slowly. Underneath the surface something's changing, even when I cannot see it, even when it feels the same. Underneath the surface something's growing, quietly becoming everything it needs to be. The songs I haven't finished, the pages still unread, the person I'm becoming is hidden somewhere in them. Roots before leaves always. Underneath the surface something's changing, and one day the world will call it overnight. The sky's pale, the birds aren't up yet. The world feels like an unfinished sketch. The coffee shop chair's still upside down, and I'm the only soul around. There's something beautiful about beginning before the day remembers what it wants from me. These quiet hours belong to us, the ones still building before the rush, before the headlines, before the crowd, before the world gets loud. These quiet hours belong to us. A blinking cursor, a half-made song, a sentence trying to find where it belongs. No certainty, no guarantees, just tiny acts of bravery. One day this won't be invisible, but even if it is, I think I'd still be here. These quiet hours belong to us, the ones still building before the rush, before the world gets loud. Across the street, the windows glow, one by one like tiny suns. People starting different lives behind 1,000 shades and blinds. Some are studying, some are dreaming, some are working through the dark. And somehow all those little lights make me feel less alone. Golden windows in the night, proof that everybody's trying, proof that everybody put down. Golden windows burning bright like constellations in a city sky. Maybe we're all awake for different reasons, but we're here, and that means something. Golden windows in the night, shining back like little signs. "7:03 a.m. The kettle starts before the sun. The street outside is holding still, like the day hasn't yet begun. The headlines haven't found me yet, no messages to answer to. Just a room, a chair, a quiet desk, and 1,000 things I'd like to do. No finish line in sight, no guarantee I'll get it right, but something in the morning air makes me want to try. It's 7:03 a.m. and the world can wait a little while. I've got a page to fill, a song to write, a reason for this early light. It's 7:03 a.m. and nobody knows where this will go, but every day begins this way, one small step before the show. The buildings slowly catch the gold, the shadows start to disappear. The dreams that felt impossible don't seem so distant, standing here. There's something honest in this hour, nothing polished, nothing planned, just showing up before the noise and doing what I know I can. Maybe that's enough today, maybe that's enough. It's 7:03 a.m. and the world can wait a little while. I've got a page to fill, a song to write, a reason for this early light. It's 7:03 a.m. and nobody knows where this will go, but every day begins this way, one small step before the show. Years from now, I might not remember this particular morning, but maybe everything I become starts somewhere like this. It's 7:03 a.m. and the sky is opening wide. The future doesn't feel so far when I meet it from this side. It's 7:03 a.m. and though the road is still unknown, I think the life I'm looking for is built in mornings just like this. Built in mornings just like this. blue deciding if it wants to turn to blue. The streetlights hold their ground a little longer. I tie my shoes, I grab my keys and step into the quiet, like I've got somewhere only I can see. No one is keeping score, no one is watching, but every morning is a vote for the life I want the most. Every choice, every hour, every seed I choose to sow. Maybe nobody knows, maybe nothing shows, but every morning is a vote for the person I become. Some days I feel certain, some days I feel lost. Some days I wonder if the effort's worth the cost. But doubt has never built a thing, and fear has never paved a road. So I keep placing little stones where I hope to go. Brick by brick, day by day, the future learns my name. Every morning is a vote for the life I want the most. And one day all these little choices will look like fate from a distance. Somewhere ahead there's a version of me I've never met before, walking through rooms I've never seen, opening unfamiliar doors. I wonder what they'll laugh about, I wonder what they'll learn, I wonder if they'll recognize the person writing these words. We're strangers now, but not forever. Hey future, I'm on my way. Maybe a little slower than I planned, but I'm on my way. I've got stories left to live and songs left to sing, so save a place for me. I'm bringing everything. I don't know what the years will take or what they'll leave behind, but every morning feels a little like a letter sent through time. If you ever look back, I hope you smile at all the days that brought you there. Hey future, I'm on my way. One sunrise at a time, one choice at a time, one ordinary day at a time. Hey future, wait for me, I'm closer than I think. The train pulls in at 8:17. The doors slide open with a sigh. Someone's carrying flowers, someone's carrying takeout, someone's rehearsing a conversation under their breath, while the station speakers mispronounce another stop. Everybody's headed somewhere without knowing everything. Maybe that's the trick, stepping through the doorway before you figured it out. Maybe that's the trick, buying the ticket before you know the whole route. The train keeps moving, and somehow so do we. And somehow so do we. yesterday's paper into a perfect square. A kid counts tunnels like dead treasures outside the glass. Neighborhoods trade places, one after another. Nobody waits until they're completely ready. Maybe that's the trick, starting anyway. Maybe that's the trick, trusting motion more than certainty. 3 tabs open, 2 deadlines, a sandwich eaten at the keyboard. The weather app says rain again. The weather app is usually right. The coffee machine needs attention. The laundry basket has opinions, and somehow there's still a song stuck in my head. Nothing remarkable, yet somehow I'm smiling. Halfway through Thursday, and everything's fine. Not spectacular, not headline material, just fine. Halfway through Thursday, and I'll take that, because some weeks it's more than enough. Nobody writes movies about afternoons like this, but maybe they should. Halfway through Thursday, still standing, still laughing, still here. Missed the first bus, caught the second. Dropped my keys, found them quickly. Spilled some water, changed my shirt. Life continued without concern. The cashier remembered my usual order. A stranger held the elevator door. The kind of moments that never make the news, but somehow stay. The day keeps offering second chances. Green light again.